there's the expectation, there's a challenge of designing it, and then there's a challenge of being able to use the skills to make it. And then when it starts coming together and you see how it's coming out, there's excitement and there's happiness that it's coming out right. Or it can go the other way if it's not. Sometimes it makes you tense when you come up against something that's not working. But you work it out. I've been around it as long as I can remember. My dad was making saddles from before the time I was born. And so all my life I've been around it, with him making it, and around it as a working cowboy. All of these tools are my dad's old tools. He used them all through his career, and very few of them are ones that I bought. Yeah, some of them I don't know how old they are. He bought them used in '38 and they're still going. He learned it in Arizona in the late '30s up in Holbrook, but he spent most of his time in southern Arizona making saddles down through Tucson and Nogales and Patagonia. I had learned quite a bit from him already, and I approached him to teach me some more on our spare time. He taught me how to pick different kinds of leather and to use, even on saddle leather, to use different parts of the hide for different parts of the saddle. It would work better if you used something off a certain part of the hide in a certain place on the saddle, instead of just cutting it out here and there. So we did that, and he taught me in his spare time and when I had time. And then I moved out and started doing this to help earn a living too. Work cowboying part-time and doing leather work part-time. I had I cowboyed on a ranch, and I ride the cows, check the cows, doctor the cows, gather cows. Sometimes make fence, build fence, fix fence, check them for water, make sure they had water and feed, move them if we had to. Made saddles and leather work, saddles, shaps, belts, other items like that, strictly on a custom basis. And the income was about 50-50 for both of them. We had an edge. He had a name, he had a base of customers, and so he was known, and I knew people, and so they were willing to accept my work, try me out. Word gets out, and somebody sees something I made and wants it, and then they come get it. A belt, plain belt can be from 2 to 8 hours. If it gets more ornate. A saddle, a basic saddle, takes about 60 hours of labor to make. You can get it quicker sometimes, but usually the average is about 60 for me. As you carve or decorate a saddle, you add to it a full flower carved saddle with a dyed background and silver lacing. Can take you 200-250 hours, depending on how tight you make your pattern, how ornate it gets. Time is your big cost in making it. Mine are strictly custom. I don't mass produce them. I don't make them unless someone orders them. It's not here it is, you have to take it. Yeah, we sit down and take a piece of paper and start writing and working until we come up with what they want. I understand what they want, and if I can do it, we do it, and if I can't do it, then we change it so I can do it, and they're happy too. I've always been fond of horses. They're intelligent, they can be affectionate, and they can be as good of a friend as a dog. Can't let them in the house as easy, but they can be as good a friend as a dog. And I think, like dogs, there's all kinds of horses. They're not all one way. There's good ones and bad ones. People like their horses here. They enjoy them. You need saddles, and I think there's more horses here than there is in Arizona at this time, because everybody's got, or a lot of people have a small acreage where they can keep a horse and they like to ride. I seem to see more horses, more people interested in it. You'll see saddles that hurt horses. They've either been warped, or they don't fit them right, or they've been broken, and when you try to use them, they will injure a horse. The bars are broken, and they'll rub a sore on a horse. You'll sore back them. They both have to be comfortable with it. The horse has to not hurt a horse. It has to be strong enough to take anything the rider could do to it, and the rider has to be comfortable in it, so he's happy when he's sitting in it, he or she. It's all very important, but yeah, that is the most important part. Keep it so it won't hurt the horse and won't hurt the rider. And make it strong enough to be safe. If the person's local, I will have them come down at the stage when I've got the seat built in and shaved, and have them sit in it and see if they feel that it's comfortable for them. And if not, well, then I'll sit in it. And so far I haven't had anybody come send one back that said it was uncomfortable or that it hurt the horse. I tend to concentrate on the task at hand, and although I do listen for what's going on outside, but I pretty much tend to concentrate on what I'm doing. You can make a belt and you can carve it, and you've got maybe 2 hours drawing and carving your pattern. And then you start dyeing it, and this belt's not completed, but if you slip and dye where you shouldn't dye, you're going to have to start over. You don't erase the mistake with the dye. So you can start, and you're looking at, you might dump 3 or 4 hours of work, or on a bigger piece 7 or 8 hours of work with one mistake. If you get real tired, you get stupid and you make mistakes, and you'll go back the next day and you'll go, I got to do that all over again. So I've found that if you start doing things wrong, it's economically better to shut it off and come back when you can do it right. Leather tends to make you work at its pace. It has to, if you're going to carve it, it has to be right. The right moisture content, you have to moisten it, and it has to dry to the right moisture content to carve it, or it won't look right, and it won't form right. It can be functional and it can be artistic. I prefer making something that functions rather than something that's just art. I'm not an artist, consider myself a craftsman.